What's the one thing in your life that you check on again and again just to make sure it's still okay? Is it your phone, your bank balance, the lock on the front door, or maybe it's a person? Now, that checking, that's not a quirk. That's your nervous system looking for proof that you're safe. And today we're going somewhere that's been driving that search all along, your root chakra. Now, it's the foundation of everything, the place where safety, belonging, and your right to simply exist all live. Welcome back to the Wonders Within podcast. I'm Nikki Denham, founder of Wellness Wonders Australia. And the beautiful thing about this one is the work is tangible. It's real and it meets you right where you are. Now, I used to surround myself with things. The kids' old school books, every single award that they've ever won in their whole life, every world's best mum mug they picked from the Mother's Day school fete year after year. Now, I had a serious collection of those. And also the clothes that I never wore but just couldn't part with, because one day I'll have that perfect event to wear it to, or one day I'll lose weight to be able to fit into that. Now, the other thing that I had a really big collection of was photos, so many photos. And if you know me, you know that I'm the one with the camera at every birthday, every gathering, or every ordinary Tuesday that felt special for some reason. And I'm always the one saying, wait, let me get a photo. Everyone just come back for a second. Let me get a photo. And then those photos didn't just live on my phone. They lived on my walls, my shelves, my fridge, frames, everywhere. Some of them matching, most not, just wherever there was space for one more memory. Now, at the time, I thought it was just sentimentality. But looking back, I think that I needed it. Every frame was proof. Proof that I was loved, proof that I belonged to people and they belonged to me, and surrounded by evidence everywhere I looked. Now, fast forward to now, and it's almost the opposite. Now, I'm still sentimental, and I'll always take the photo because Lord knows you need them for that Facebook birthday post, right? But I'm not rushing to print it, frame it, or find a spot on the wall for it anymore. It can just exist without needing to be on display as a constant reminder that I belong. And the rest of it. So the cupboard's filled with things that you just hold on to because you don't know why. The drawers, the things that I've held on to for years. Now, clearing those out and donating what no longer belongs and letting go of what served its purpose, that's what brings me comfort now. Letting go now feels like safety, where I used to have to hold on to things to get that safety feeling. And that shift, that is the root chakra work. Because underneath all of it, it was never really about the photos or the mugs or the school books. It was about belonging, about needing proof that I had a place, that I existed in people's lives, and that this was my home, my family, my story, and that it was real. Now, when that sense of belonging finally started to live inside me, not in the frames on the wall, but in my body, I stopped needing the evidence. I could let it go because I wasn't trying to hold on to proof of myself anymore. Now, let me explain what the root chakra actually is and why it matters so much. So, as I've explained in previous episodes, the chakra system, which comes from ancient yogic tradition, describes 7 main energy centers running through the body. Now, each one governs a different part of our physical, emotional, and spiritual experience. And the root chakra is the first one, glowing red. It sits at the base of the spine and is the foundation for everything else is built on. It governs our most primal needs, which are safety, stability, belonging, and survival. And our right to exist, our relationship with the physical world, our bodies, our homes, our finances, and our connection to the ground beneath us. Now, when the root chakra is open and flowing, we feel grounded and safe, like we belong here, like we have a right to take up space, like the ground beneath us is solid. And when it's blocked, life feels like unstable ground, a low-level anxiety that never quite leaves, restlessness, scarcity, and a feeling of not quite belonging anywhere, not even inside your own body. And here's what I want you to hear. This is not a character flaw. This is not a weakness. This is a wound that made complete sense given what you had lived through. Now, childhood environments that weren't safe or stable, financial stress, trauma that happened in the body, feeling like an outsider, and not having your most basic needs consistently met. For most women who've experienced any form of childhood wounding, the root chakra is where the healing begins. Because you cannot build a life of genuine abundance and connection on a foundation that doesn't feel safe. You have to start at the ground. And here's the beautiful thing about root chakra work. It's tangible, it's physical, it meets you in the real world. Now, grounding, which is literally placing your bare feet on the earth, walking in nature, being near water, eating nourishing food, and creating a home that feels safe, moving your body and working with your relationship with money. These aren't just wellness practices. This is root chakra medicine. And I also want to share something that shifted my relationship with money because I think it will resonate. So I listened to a podcast where Rhonda Byrne was a guest. Rhonda Byrne is the author of the book The Secret. And she spoke about how she treats money leaving her hands, and instead of dreading it, she thanks it. She sends it out with gratitude and trusts that it will return. Now, the exact story that she mentioned in this podcast is, for example, when she goes to, say, a petrol station, she will pay on her phone, and that little notification that you get back on your phone saying the money's gone out to this person, when she hears that ding, in her mind, she's telling herself, thank you, that's money coming in. So that's how she's envisaging it. She's not sitting there dreading, oh, I've just paid out another thing. She's actually going, thank you, universe, thank you for that money coming in. And then that will send out those signals and return to her. Now, I have been doing this, and I'll be honest, this hasn't manifested millions for me yet, but something has definitely shifted. Small, unexpected blessings do come in, and there's a different feeling in my body when I pay for something, less dread and more trust. And it's kind of like a slow loosening grip on the scarcity that used to run everything. Now, this is a wound that I'm still working through, and I want to be transparent about that because healing isn't always past tense. But I am already seeing small results. And for someone who used to feel sick on payday, that shift means everything to me. Now, here's what I'd like you to sit with this week. So grab your journal and find a quiet moment and ask yourself, where in my life do I not feel safe? Now, not physically, but in a deeper sense. So where am I still bracing and still waiting and still hovering just above my own life rather than landing in it? And then ask, what's one small thing I could do this week to create more safety for myself in my body, in my home, and in the way that I relate to money? Now, just one thing. So for me, it started with letting go. So clearing a drawer, donating what no longer served me, and realizing I didn't need to hold on to things to prove that I belonged. Now, it sounds small, but it changed everything because safety isn't something that arrives from the outside. It's something we build deliberately and lovingly, one small act at a time. And you deserve to feel at home in your own life. So we'll start there. So thank you for sitting with me for this one today. And I would love for you to come and say hello on my socials. So I've popped all of the links for my offerings in the show notes. So please do pop over and say hi. Now, if something has landed for you today, if you recognized yourself in the restlessness or the scarcity or the never quite feeling like you belonged, I want you to know that that's not who you are. That's a wound. And the great thing about that is that wounds can be healed. Now, you're allowed to feel safe. You're allowed to belong and you're allowed to exhale. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to be further along in your healing to deserve it. You can start today with one small, beautiful thing at a time. And if nobody has told you that you have the right to take up space in the world, I'm telling you that right now because you do and you always did. Now, until next time, bye for now.